The finest and the funniest of the year in sports, Friday at 10.
Thanks for staying up later. We're real happy to have Danny Devito back. A lot has happened since the last time he was here 3 or 4 years ago, and the most recent item, of course, is Hoffa, which is opened in the last few days. He directs it and co-stars along with Jack Nicholson.
That's right.
How'd you get Nicholson to agree to do it?
Well, well, it weren't easy. No, the thing is, I read this screenplay. David Mamet wrote this brilliant screenplay, and Jack and I have been good buddies for many years. I admire his work, and he admires mine. And you know, we worked together in Cuckoo's Nest in terms of endearment and going south. And so anyway, I came up to his place. I said I had this incredible screenplay that I wanted to talk to him about, this Jimmy Hoffa. And you know, we were sitting in his living room, and he's a guy who knows a lot about a lot of things, Jack. And we started talking about it. And as we were speaking, this is before he read the screenplay, before he agreed to do the part, I was talking about this great thing I had. And he started physically, like, getting into his mannerisms. Things started changing. He was sitting up straighter. He was like, started, you know, somewhere in the recesses of his mind, he had this image of Hoffa.
Yeah.
So right from the very beginning, he started working on it. Of course, he hadn't read the piece and wasn't agreeing to do it, but he had a sense of this character and the importance of it and the power. And then I gave him the screenplay. He was finishing up 2 Jakes, and he came to New York to do some promotional stuff, and read the screenplay on the way back, called me that night and said that you know, he thought it was great. He read it faster than his assistant read People magazine. And I said, well, that's a good sign. So he said he was in, like that. And so I was, you know, thrilled. I wanted to fly with him to New York with the, you know, and be with him when he read the script. Mm-hmm. I was very excited about the fact that he said he was in. So the next morning, I went to his house. He likes to sleep in, Jack. And so I got in, and I was in the yard. He was getting up. I knew he was waking up. It was around 10:30, 11 o'clock. He's got these great Hollywood movie star blinds, you know, that you push a button or something and they, you know, raise up. And he looks out onto his backyard and the rest of the world from his home. And out there by the pool, standing with his big beaming smile on my face, and I'm standing there looking up at him. He's like looking out the window. He sees this maniac in his yard. You know, it's, you're mine.
Cross the line! Join the Teamsters! Hey, I've had it with you! Not afraid of nobody! Mr. Hoffa, are we going to win this strike? Mister, we have won this strike! We won it the minute we started across this railroad yard!
We must be ever watchful. We have led the Teamsters, and the Teamsters have led the American working man into the middle class. And, buddy, we intend to stay here.
I did lots of research. I compiled tons of you know, interviews that Jimmy had done with people. He had a Brinkley report, and Jeannie Wolf, and Cavett did one when he got out of jail. Not Cavett, when Hoffa got out of jail. And Cavett's been in jail. But anyway, so we had 4 or 5 hours of tape and kinescope and stuff, and Jack just played it constantly and got into this.
Yeah, I noticed that that's a big part of the film, is the way he parried with the press and the way he would, you know, express his contempt and how sharp he was. You know, maybe not a guy with highfalutin language or anything like that, but you could see the wheels turning, you know, in a split second between the time a question's posed and you got to come up with just the right answer.
Yeah.
This guy clicked in.
This is different from my question, you see. My question really had to do with why you or your union are the target of all this. There are other unions that are powerful, and they have not been the target.
Maybe they have
Nor was
surrendered.
your union until Mr. Beck and you got into
Maybe they
trouble.
have surrendered the fight for wages, hours, and conditions that we won't surrender.
The entire American trade union movement stands convicted
Look at
of
their
surrender and betrayal, except Hoffa.
I say look at their record of losing 2.5 million members since 1955. Look at their record of taking reductions in pay. And you be the determining factor of the surrender to organize. the unorganized workers of America. You be the judge.
I had conversations with lawyers and business people who were actually in the room with him fighting for what they thought was right. And he knew your business just as well as he knew his own. So he was, you know, incredibly tuned in to things and felt deep down in his heart that what he was doing was right for the cause of labor, that every waking moment was spent with the desire to put more food on the table of all those, of the rank and file, and to do everything to give these people a voice. And he was sure of himself, very, very sure, very, very strong, positive force. So it was very difficult for people to trip him up because all they were doing, they meaning, you know, people who were, you know, trying to break the unions, people who were trying to weaken the union, they had all these allegations and whatnot, and they were always attacking him for millions of things. And but he was ready for them, as you say, very quick to respond and talk to any subject that they brought up.
You see him as basically an heroic figure?
Oh yeah, I think any man who dedicates his life to the betterment of others. In this case, he brought the Teamsters into the middle class. He tried to keep them there. He did everything he could to give them better working conditions and helped create the pension fund. This is a thing he's always rapped on, the pension fund. People say he was on the take, he was this, misused it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, when he was elected president of the Teamsters in 1957, president of the International, the fund was worth approximately $40–50 million. When he, after 10 years as the president of the International, the fund was worth $550 million. Today it's worth over $11 billion. There are 165,000 people who benefit from the fund. You know, he was in business with people who built Vegas. That's what the big, you know, that was the big thing they were saying. This is negative. So is the governor of Nevada. You know, I mean, what's the, you know.
What he did for the rank and file is not even in dispute. The benefits are there. They went from nothing to a tremendously powerful union.
That's
and
right.
the rank and file absolutely loved this guy.
To this day.
Brothers! Brothers, can you hear me? Well, we're gonna march on the RTA headquarters! We're gonna demand that they recognize the Teamsters! We are gonna hold together in good order, and we are gonna get what we came down here for! Let's get up on them! Come on!
You're prepared for the criticism. You've probably heard it already, that maybe you over-romanticized the guy.
I don't think so. I think we talked about the alliances that he made. We talked about the struggle in the very beginning, when he was, you know, when there were 35,000 members in the Teamsters, when they were on the picket lines trying to give these people a voice. And we talked about the fact that he had to, you know, have help, go to people who are well-versed in the art of protection, if you will, to kind of balance the forces. What would happen in the early days is people would go on strike and the management would hire goons, strike breakers, head busters, scab labor, go in there, knock a few people out, try and take over their jobs. So these alliances that he formed continued throughout his career. I think that's in the film.
Well, it's definitely
absolutely
in the film. Here's a quote from you. All I knew about Hoffa was what I got off TV from the media, all the negative stuff. Until I read the screenplay by David Mamet, my knowledge was strictly from the slanderous canvas painted by the people who wanted to bust the union, who wanted to crush him personally. Now, I know I'm almost sure you've read this from the Los Angeles Times, I think it is, but just for the benefit of the audience. This is this guy, Stephen Brill.
That's right.
Who wrote a book in the late 70s called The Teamsters.
Right.
Okay? He says he found stacks of newspaper clips praising Hoffa, that he felt that Hoffa was, because of his strong personality, was colorful, that the media actually liked him. So this is what Brill says. That was the myth, that he was the tough, can-do, can't-be-bought guy. It reminds me of the way the press treated Ross Perot in the first month of his campaign. It's just not real. Hoffa was an owned and operated subsidiary of organized crime. The Teamsters weren't tied to organized crime. they were organized crime, and when Hoffa started to act independently, then they simply killed him. If this movie makes Jimmy Hoffa into a hero, it would be a joke. He's a hero the same way John Gotti is a hero. It's totally manufactured.
Yeah, well, he's just looking for a little press.
See, that was a long question and a very, very direct answer.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, you know, this. If you read the book, you wrote a book, you know, about the Teamsters and all the things he says. There's not a lot in there about Jimmy Hoffa, and all the things he says is exactly what the things that were perpetrated by the government when Kennedy was after him. You know, they were links with the mob, tying him with this and that and the other thing, saying he was controlled by the mob. You know, but in 1975, when he disappeared from the face of the earth, if you were to hold a general election in the rank and file, he would have been elected by a landslide. What more do you want from a man? What do you want a man to do? You want a man to like take these people off the breadline and give him some self-respect and have them come out of the into the middle class, keep them there, put more bread on their tables, give them a pension fund. You know, equal to no other, that they were, their children were sent to college through the fund. Guys who are now, you know, getting root canal or praising the man. You know what I'm saying? He did an amazing amount of things for the people in the Union. This guy Brill is, you know, just it's a joke.
You think he had? In addition to his virtues, you think he had a mean streak that he might have used indiscriminately? Like there was a charge that he beat up an older guy and you know, supposedly tried to bribe a lawyer for the McClellan Committee to act as a spy, and then there were jury tampering charges and stuff.
Oh, they'll say anything about you. You know what I mean? I believe it's slander. I think it's just, those are very dubious charges, and that's just, you know, I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. I mean, it's so easy to look at the McClellan hearings and see on one side of the big oak table, you know, Senator McClellan and Robert Kennedy, the counsel for the McClellan hearings, John Kennedy, all these senators, the pillars of our judicial system, and on the other side you see Jimmy Hoffa and his lawyer at a little table fending off all these allegations. You look at that, you say, these are the good guys, this is definitely the bad guy. You know, it's just like, I think it's baloney.
The hatred on both sides, not just adversaries. I mean, the Kennedys hated him, and he hated them in return.
Well, I mean, I don't know if, you know, I think that, yeah, I guess they did hate each other.
The Justice Department has plenty on you, Mr. Hoffa.
You don't impress me, and your office don't impress me, and your family don't impress me. Bunch of rum runners. And I don't need $300 million, and my brother elected president will whop your ass.
Jimmy believed that it wasn't him. He didn't feel that they were after him. If anybody else took over the Union at that time, with the power and the strength of the Union, the International Brotherhood of the Teamsters, anybody else would have been a target of an attack, because it wasn't really, they weren't going after him. We have the benefit of history.
You suggest that we're carrying on at the beginning a vendetta against Mr. Hoffa, and the point that I'm attempting to make is that he has involved himself. He keeps no record. His transactions are all in cash. He destroys bills. He refers us to his opposite partner in the transaction, and he takes the Fifth Amendment.
Your answers to Mr. Kennedy just don't make sense. You have to sit there and you have to recognize that your answers haven't made any sense because of my failure to recollect them. They don't make any sense anyway.
When he was in jail, when Bobby was killed, this is again, I saw this in a Cabot interview with him. He said that somebody woke him up and said, Jimmy, did you hear what happened? Bobby Kennedy was killed. He said, what'd you wake me up to tell me that for? And he asked him how he felt, and he said he felt very, very bad for the family, for his wife and his children. He said, but he had no use for the guy. I mean, it was a feud.
Did you say that SOB, I'll break his back?
Take give his speech. I don't even know who I was talking about, and I don't know what you're talking about.
For thousands of great sale items throughout the store, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. During our white sale, you can get these colorful, thick and thirsty bath towels for just $1.88 each. These splatter-fitted twin-size sheets are also just $1.88 each. You can also save 25% on all women's, Mrs. and junior jeans. And save $140 on this matching Kenmore washer and dryer pair. But hurry. Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your enjoyment. Oh, no single gum, double fresh in your mouth. Like double mint gum. So double, double your refreshment. Double, double your delightment. Oh, no single gum, double fresh in your mouth. Like double fresh, double good. Come on and double it. Double mint, double mint, double.
There's no single gum like it.
Compare the new 32-valve, 280 horsepower Lincoln Mark 8 to everything else. Then you'll understand why, instead of introducing it, we decided to launch it. The new Lincoln Mark 8. What a luxury car should be.
You know, Vern, timing is very important. And that's why you should buy your car at Cerritos Auto Square during the last 10 days of the month. They're way overstocked. All 15 dealers are under pressure. They've got to lower their prices. Meet their quotas. They're just a bunch of wimps. Now's the time to strike at the soft underbelly of Cerritos Auto Square. What about the salesman? Don't worry about the salesman. Any one of us can whip a salesman during the last 10 days at Cerritos Auto Square.
21 dealers strong. 605 Freeway at South Street.
I read somewhere where you said the temptation with Nicholson is to take the first take because he's so damn good and he's so well prepared. You could print the first take.
Yeah.
But
well, you don't want to because he's only going to give you more and better stuff as you go along. He's inventive and he's, you know, he's in there, and it just keeps, it grows, and you know, to be in the movie with him, you know, acting in those scenes with him, it's just great because we have wonderful history, respect, and admiration, and we've been together. I've known him since '74, Cuckoo's Nest. There's a line in the back seat of the car where I give him a card that plays an important part in the movie, a business card.
Yeah.
And he looks at it. He says, "You've been with me a long time, Bobby." And to be able to be in scenes with a guy who you care about and respect, you know, Jimmy and Bobby Chiaro. Bobby Chiaro, my character, symbolizes that respect, that caring, that love, that camaraderie, that the support that had to be for those guys because they were under attack constantly. They were, in the beginning, they were under attack by the goons and strike breakers and the people in the management who didn't want people to have better working conditions and wages. And then later on, they were under attack directly from the government.
Your guy, Bobby, isn't a real character, but he's like a combination of guys that were loyal to Hoffa.
Yeah, symbolizing that that loyalty, that trust, that, as I said, that camaraderie that was necessary. Bobby Chiaro was a guy who watched his back, who was a loyal guy, did anything he could to help his guy.
You, for example, you could cross over and testify for the government. They'd grant you immunity and let you walk.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing or you wouldn't be here.
We got him. And he's going away.
Well, if he's going away, I'm going with him. You want me to give up Jimmy Hoffa? You want me to give up Jimmy Hoffa?
We're at this Greasy Spoon to make a point about greasy stains and Whisk Power Scoop. Greasy stains can be the worst kind of stains. Stains like this and this. Ordinary detergent action barely budges tough grease. But Whisk Power Scoop doesn't work like ordinary detergents. It's organically powered to release the grease like that, to clean your whole wash like this and this. So when it comes to grease, you're either whisk or without. Whisk.
For thousands of great sale items, these are the best weeks to buy at Sears. All furniture and mattresses are on sale with some of our lowest prices ever, like this Lancaster sofa for just $377. That's all furniture and mattresses on sale. But hurry, Sears' best weeks to buy end soon.
When one of these guys gets a bad cold or flu, should he take a cold or flu medicine that can cause drowsiness or Sudafed Severe Cold Formula? No cold product has more maximum strength medicines, yet won't cause drowsiness. Sudafed Severe Cold Formula.
Happy holidays from all of us at Channel 4. Eddie Murphy's back, and the critics are going wild.
Thank you!
This is the Eddie Murphy of trading places in 48 hours. A zany, irreverent laugh-a-thon 10.
Chew 'em up, Bubba!
The Distinguished Gentleman, the funniest Eddie Murphy yet. Rated R, now playing.
Tired of hearing no when you want to buy a car? At Cars Yes, we say yes. Yes, we have financing for every credit situation. Yes, we have a huge selection of late model warranted used cars at our 5 convenient locations. Yes, it's Cars Yes. Call 1-800-CARS-YES for the Cars Yes location nearest you.
In War of the Roses, which everybody's seen, and it's been a while, so we won't go into it in great detail, but you keep thinking the whole time through, because it's funny in its dark way, in addition to being conflict, you keep thinking, in the end, something nice is going to happen at the end. Well, there's something nice is they both fall off the chandelier and they're both there on the floor, dead. Did they try to say to you?
They got what they deserve.
Yeah, they both, there's no question, they got what they deserve. There's studio heads and guys say, hey, wait a minute, we can't send people out of the theater with this ending.
People don't usually like to kill the major stars in the movies.
Yeah, I found
on the other
case.
hand, haven't done a picture where I didn't kill the star of the movie. Throw Mama from the Train, I killed Mama. Michael and Kathleen bit the dust. And we all know what happened
to Jimmy.
Jimmy Hoffa. Well, we don't know exactly what happened to him, but we know that he's not going to show up on the show tonight.
How did you hit upon...
Yeah.
Jimmy, how did you hit upon the last scene? I mean, no one knows.
Well, this is...
I don't want to give it away either, but...
The idea is, as I said, I wasn't making a documentary. I want to make something up there, you know, exciting and, you know, interesting, a movie-going audience. In particular, because I like to go to a movie and be taken away and, you know, surprised and I like to... so this was kind of... David Mamet wrote the, wrote the screenplay. I choreographed a certain kind of thing and just came to it that way.
Yeah, without giving away any of the particulars.
Yeah.
What I liked about it was, you know what's coming. It's a matter of historical record. These got to be done away with somehow, but you managed to do it in a way that's somewhat surprising.
Yeah, that's enough. Thanks. Well, I appreciate that. Let's talk about something else.
Tim Burton.
My man.
This guy.
Beautiful.
He was on the show this past summer.
Yeah.
One of the most entertaining and yet strange guys I've ever met in my life.
He's really, you know that if you have a project and you give it to 3 directors, they all in different, one director in one room, one guy in another room, one guy in another room. Nobody is going to come close to what Tim's going to come back with.
Safe
statement. What I'm saying? This man is unique in every way, brilliant visually, conceptually. I enjoyed so much working with the guy. I wasn't going to do this movie, this Batman Returns. There were rumors about me doing it 2 years before we did it. I went in and met with him. I said, you know, Tim, you know, I'm not going to play a penguin. And I changed my tune. I had this, like, he had this, like, visual sense of it. You know, and the history of the guy and where he came from. I just didn't see myself in a top hat and tails, you know, looking like some kind of weird, overweight Nick Charles, you know what I mean?
Did you miss me?
Great speech, Oswald.
No! My name is not Oswald! It's Penguin! I am not a human being! Macy! Where are my lists? Bring me the names! Ah, it's time. These are the names of the firstborn sons of Gotham City. Just like I was. And like me, a terrible fate waits for them. Tonight, while their parents party, they'll be dreaming away in their safe cribs, their soft beds, and we will snatch them, carry them into the sewer, and toss them into a deep, dark, watery grave.
Going fast. $10 million next month. There's going to be a new $10 million winner at American Family next month. You may have the winning entry right now in the only sweepstakes with my picture.
If I hadn't entered, someone else would have my prize.
If I hadn't entered, someone else would have my prize.
Don't miss out. Don't risk forfeiting millions. I'll be handing over the $10 million prize just weeks from now. Hurry. Enter today.
Think her robe is white? Not next to his Clorox white. This looks white, but look again. Let's face it, clothes washed in detergent alone just don't match up to this Clorox white. Because detergent alone can leave clothes dingy. But adding Clorox liquid bleach every time you wash brings out a white that's as fresh and crisp as new. Now this is the real white. Clorox liquid bleach. For a brand new kind of white. Also in lemon and fresh scents.
Hey, it may sound silly to have a Sears Lawn and Garden sale now, but that's when you get the best prices. Save $50 to $400 on mowers and tractors. Bag, mulch, or cut with his power-propelled Craftsman 5-horsepower mower. Introductory price just $288.99. An 18-horsepower Craftsman tractor with 42-inch mulching deck, just $1299.99. Sears' lowest price ever. All part of the great savings at Sears' pre-season lawn and garden sale.
You can count on me.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Dodge Viper. Dodge Stealth. Screen therapy starts at a little over $18,200. See your nearest Dodge dealer. He'll be there for you. For the first time, get up to $1,500 cash back on Dodge Stealth.
So Hoffa is at a theater near you. It is a terrific film. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you again, Danny.
Thanks a lot.
Danny Devito, folks. See you later.